Holy crap, guys. I think Jasmine Irizarry's been in my phone hacking. This is like the third time I've had to start this. No, I'm just kidding. Miss Irizarry, you're not guilty of anything. So I wanted to go through last night's video. As you can see, here's a, oh shit, hold on. Sorry guys, I still haven't decided on curtains. I really need to. But here is a pan. This is a Teflon pan on her stove, okay? And we're going to pay attention to this throughout this video because I'm going to really start turning her down a bit. It's the same old spiel. There are a few changes. She's got a couple new stories and implications. But for the most part, it's the same old blah, blah, blah. But I want you to notice in every shot, everything is sideways. She filmed everything sideways. But I want you to notice this Teflon pan that is empty. It is empty. And it is sitting on a high flame. Now this video is 18 minutes. I don't know how long she had that flame on for before. God only knows. But the whole time, this pan, this empty pan, is sitting on a high flame. Teflon begins to break down at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. And that is on the teflon.com/consumers page, where they give you safety instructions. You are not to leave a Teflon pan on an open flame. It begins to degrade and it spews out acidic gases and particles and toxic fumes. And there's a thing called polymer fume fever. And it mimics the flu. You get shortness of breath, chest tightness, hoarseness, sore throat, watery eyes, headache, all the usual symptoms. And all you have to do is go into fresh air and get away from it. But it can be deadly for pets, especially birds. So this woman has her window open, her door to the hallway open, creating a cross flow, which is great for fresh air because obviously it goes from the outside in, it's going down the hallway, it creates a little tunnel. The problem is it's also sucking the toxic fumes right out the door. So everybody in the building is now being exposed to her breakdown pan. The other thing is, if a fire started, that cross flow wind helps to create flashovers, like a backflash. All that oxygen pumping in through the window, being sucked by the hallway, creates a vortices of a sort, and that gives a fire more oxygen at a rapid rate, which creates a flashover. Trust me, I was in fire for 20 years. But I just want you to notice the danger. And she's gonna leave her apartment with this thing going. Go doing her little field trip to sniff around doors at 11:30 at night or 1:30.
Stalking.
Okay, like I said, she's sideways, so.
Based on what I do in the privacy of that bathroom right there, as she did during the 9.5 years that she was officially housed in Unit 78. This is a cyber criminal, obsessive stalker, according to the Boston Police, and a psychopath, also according to the Boston Police, named Jasmine Irizarry. Irizarry continues to be permitted to access the premises of the bathroom behind this wall by Mr. Oleg Alexiev.
Now this is new.
A close personal friend of hers. He actually made comments a couple years ago about how Irizarry is providing him with some services, and he said that when she is done here, he will take care of her, because I said she doesn't belong in this building. She needs to be placed in a mental health facility because she is obviously suffering from multiple concurrent psychological problems.
Little projection, Izzy?
The most obvious, antisocial personality disorder. She also seems to have some sort of borderline personality disorder and a stalking issue. She's a drug user, as apparently, smoking marijuana constantly behind that wall, and that forces me to smoke marijuana as well, because when she's filling this entire corner right here with marijuana smoke that does not ever come from the hallway, I have to breathe it in, and it affects my health as well. I'm not a smoker. I never have been. I've never used drugs. I've never even drank except for my 21st birthday, because that stuff is just not for me. It makes me sick. It is really bad for you. It's not a healthy lifestyle. And when your neighbors are constantly smoking marijuana behind the wall of a vacant unit that's not even theirs, they're not even supposed to be in there, and you have to keep your window open, like what, almost 2 feet, just to get a little bit of a breeze in here and to try to blow the smoke out through that
At least it doesn't smell like feet.
And this is a breach of habitability that the landlord is directly responsible for, and that you don't have to pay rent for.
Honey, you haven't paid rent in 2 years.
It is a hazardous situation. You're being forced to inhale.
It's hazardous.
Smoke of narcotics. Marijuana is a narcotic, folks. It doesn't matter if it's legal. And then you have to keep going out to the hallway to get fresh air.
You are abandoning a fire.
Violation of the lease. It's also negligence on the part of the slumlord, who continue to...
Negligence? You want to talk negligence?
Stalker and psychopath to access the vacant premises of the psychopath's former unit located behind your kitchen sink and your bathroom. Meaning you can't use your kitchen sink and your bathroom when you need to and as you need to, because the landlord keeps permitting a psychotic stalker and a psychopath to access the premises, and then nobody's supervising what she does in there. So then
nobody's supervising your pan.
Directed energy weapons, her marijuana smoke that she's obviously not even smoking. I think she's just burning it and then using a fan to blow it into the space.
Oh my
God! Possibly be smoking that much marijuana for hours at a time, right, without passing out. Or maybe she is, I don't know. All I know is that I keep having to smell it and breathe it in, and even keeping the door to the hallway open constantly for hours doesn't get rid of it. I also can't go into my bathroom right now.
I am literally contemplating sending this to her brothers.
But there's certainly someone on the other side of that bathroom.
Seriously.
And that's the psychopath named Jasmine Irizarry.
Showers on.
Continues to access her former premises, because that's about as close as she could possibly get physically to wherever I happen to be. She's an obsessive, psychotic stalker, according to the Boston police, who has done some bad things, as they put it.
She's a really bad liar.
Has a problem with other women. So you do the
Here's a news story.
There are not too many women in this
While we
building,
see the
and
flames.
I'm the only Caucasian female. Irizarry has a serious issue with Caucasian females. Like, she literally just goes to town on them for some reason. About 8 years ago, there was a redheaded girl who was staying on this floor, and Irizarry would not leave her alone. I remember watching this happening, like, in front of me, watching this hideous piece of shit, Irizarry, going for this pretty girl who obviously Irizarry had a problem with. And that girl didn't last long. She was here for a few months, and then she left. Because Irizarry is a racist towards white females. She has a serious issue with white females.
Man,
not sure what the problem is.
You're a racist to African Americans.
That other white girl who only lived
that's proven.
For a few minutes, I think she
or as you would say, that's a fact.
She did not last long. What's going on here? What?
Yeah, she has it on airplane mode, idiot. So here we go again, a little further in. Oh, it's flames, the blue flames. I wonder why. Look at.
Literally making my voice all hoarse, and I sound like a smoker, because actually I am a smoker. I'm smoking. I'm breathing in the
Teflon.
Psychopath.
You're smoking Teflon, ma'am.
Burning and propagating intense and overpowering amounts of marijuana smoke.
Polytetrafluoroethylene,
disturbed, angry, miserable,
also known as Teflon.
So there's no reason for this phone call to not go through. Yeah, it's not going through. Why would it not go through?
Because you're an idiot.
Let's go back.
So she makes her usual calls.
This voicemail for legal purposes. I will be sending a copy to your legal team along with a follow-up email. Again, it's 11:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 20th, and I'm unable to.
So she's wandering around in her short shorts again.
Due to the ongoing breaches of habitation created and presented by the fact that you're renting Unit 78 to a psychopath.
You know, there's someone living in 79, and she always goes up to that door and sniffs it. If I was that dude, I mean, I don't want to say his name, but if I was that dude, I would, like, open the door and knock her lights out.
I would rather not have to have that window wide open. I would rather not have to have
I would rather you not have an open
I'd rather
flame.
be able to use my bathroom whenever I need to without having to choke on marijuana smoke in there.
Ma'am, I'd rather not breathe Teflon.
Refuses
Okay.
to remove Izzy the psychopath from this building. So the result is that I have to go to court now, get a restraining order against the Greenville group and against Izzy herself.
Oh, that'll be fun. Oh, that'll be fun.
I'm literally being smoked out of my living space.
She's going to get a restraining order against an imaginary person.
Times per day, I have to keep making these videos where I have to go into the hallway to get fresh air. That's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is you just left your apartment and there is an open flame.
There's so much smoke
Ma'am,
in there right now. I can't
do you know how dangerous that is? Do you? There's your house.
I keep having to walk out and get fresh air in here.
Leaving an open flame unattended.
That area right there. It's actually most intense over here. Well, at least there's no marijuana smoke here.
And see, by opening that hallway door to the stairs,
space, it's like a freaking cathedral.
Right. Look at all that oxygen source for a fire. You're drawing it right out of your apartment into this stairwell, ma'am.
Gets propagated and distributed, obviously. If they keep telling me that the smoke and fumes are filling my bathroom from this area right here, no, they're not. They're coming from the bathroom of 78, obviously. They have been for 10 years now.
10 years.
I can't even be in that unit right now because it's so filled with smoke that having the window wide open doesn't do anything.
If there was smoke, we would see it coming out of the doorway, and there is none.
Right?
There is none.
Be healthier.
I see your sheet.
Quality, that's for sure.
So yeah, Izzy's a fire hazard, and now she's polluting the apartment complex with toxic fumes and leaving a flame unattended. God only knows how long the shower water ran or how long that flame was going. But I'm telling you, she's single-handedly draining Boston of all water.